Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Aquila the Messenger, and today I am going to be doing a video on, so basically what I'm doing is I'm watching a video and I'm going to break down this video and explain to you what it should the message really should be, I guess. This particular video, like I told y'all before, I follow all of the Israelites so that I could, I studied them, not follow. I studied them so that I could see what it was that they was teaching. And this particular camp is the HOIDMV, the Dragon's Den. And this particular video is Separation Season. Be not unequally yoked with one another. So go check out that channel so you can see the whole video. But we about to break down the video. Mind you, this is my first time watching this video. I just woke up ready to start looking up videos, and we're about to go in. Now, when I did play this video, it was saying he didn't start off with a verse, so I don't know what verse he reading from, but like I went like maybe 30 seconds into the video and I decided maybe I should make a video about this, breaking down what he's saying, because in my opinion of just the beginning of it, it sounded like he's talking about the Hebrew Israelites that's out here teaching was basically fucked up to everybody, fucking up everybody.
These are murmurers. These are murmurers. These wicked prophets. These false teachers. These wicked brothers and sisters amongst us, they murmurers. And murmuring means backbiting, speaking lies.
Murmurers, backbiting,
lies about the word.
Speaking lies about the word.
They always complaining about something. Complaining about being corrected and rebuked. Go ahead. Walking after their own lust. There you go. Walking after your own lust.
This brother is preaching.
Man, go ahead.
But he preaching the truth about him.
Their mouth do what? Speaking great swelling words. Hey, listen, you gotta understand the swelling words that these brothers online speak today.
That these brothers online, this is what one of these brothers is saying.
And I need to stay far away from him.
Let's see what he's saying.
I'm staying far the hell away.
I wonder if he's going to be talking about the Israelites.
Great swelling words. Speaking great swelling words to each other, man. You almost got hit out by yourself. That goes with 5 on. Go ahead. Having men's persons. Having men's what? Persons. In admiration. And having men's persons in admiration. Brothers want to be admired by men. Right? And they admire other wicked men. Right? Go ahead. Because of advantage. Because what? Of advantage. That's all they want over something.
Now I'm going to pause this.
That's why they want you to admire them.
He said they want you to admire them. He wanted. Let me rewind that just so before I repeat it.
They can have advantage.
Make myself look foolish.
And having men's persons in admiration. Brothers want to be admired by men. Right? And they admire other wicked men. Right? Go ahead.
Brothers want to be admired by men, and they admire other wicked men. To me, this sound like y'all. Because y'all looking to be admired by men, and then y'all following all of these other people. I don't know how y'all got it in order or whatever. But it's just a bunch of y'all out here preaching bullshit. Y'all preaching the Bible, but y'all taking the message and making it your own message. You taking words out of the Bible and using it as your message instead of explaining everything that the Most High is saying. So I'm going to say that right there pertains to y'all in that way. And let's go on.
Because of advantage. Because what? Of advantage.
And y'all do this because y'all feel like y'all got an advantage. Y'all feel like because y'all the Hebrew Israelites, because y'all are the chosen people of the Bible, that y'all have an advantage. And that brings me to what I was reading the other day, and I hope I could just go right to this daggone verse, which I'm pretty sure I can't. But it was talking, the Most High was saying, like, I think I was in the book of Leviticus. I hate being a little bit unprepared, but you know what? I don't care. Because I know what I'm talking about, and I know I got the information. Pause this. That's what I'm doing. Okay, I got it. I knew I wrote it down somewhere. I just had to find it. So I'm going to go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 9, verse 8. Okay. Oh. Chapter 9, verse 8. Okay, so I'm sorry. That was the book of. It's not Leviticus. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 4, but I'm gonna suggest that you read the whole entire passage from verse 9 all the way to verse 10, so you can get a full understanding, better understanding. I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "Do not think in your heart after the Lord your God has cast them out before you, saying, because of my righteousness the Lord has brought me in to possess this land. But it is because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is driving them out from before you." Verse 5. "It is not because you are righteousness or the uprightness of your heart that you go into possession of their lands, but because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord your God drives them out from before you, and that he may fulfill the word which the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." So it's basically self-explanatory. It ain't because you believe in me and you got faith in me that you get in this land. It's just because I promised this to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that y'all are getting this land. His people, the chosen people, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. But he's clarifying that y'all not getting this because y'all did anything special. Y'all getting this because I made a promise to y'all fathers before y'all. Anyway, in verse 6 it says, "Therefore," and this is again the Most High explaining himself. He explains everything that's in his book, so it should not be no contradictions or confusion, because the Most High is not a God of confusion. That is what the Israelites is offering out, confusion, because that's basically what they're doing. Anyway, in verse 6 it says, "Therefore, understand that the Lord your God is not giving you this good land to possess because you are righteous, because of your righteousness, for you are stiff-necked people." Verse 7. "Remember, do not forget how you provoked the Lord your God to wrath in the wilderness. But from the day that you have departed from the land of Egypt until you came out of this place, you have been rebellious against the Lord." So I say that to say, we ain't nobody special. God just chose us because of our forefathers. But the generations after that has displayed nothing but absolute disobedience. As we see, they was being disobedient back when they got out the land of Egypt, up until even to this day, where you got brothers preaching out, using the word, like this guy said, using the word to benefit themselves. And again, I told y'all, this is a Hebrew Israelite who is preaching. If you want to watch the channel, you could go to it. Oh, snap. So because I had to pause that so I could find that verse, it took a while. I have lost where I was at. Ain't that something? Let me see if I can get it back. But if not, we could just go to another video. Because it don't matter what video you go to, they all do the same stuff. They all saying the same stuff, and they just overlooking the points where everything is connected together, which is leading to confusion. What's this? The new covenant. Okay, let's see what he talking about. Sorry to just switch topics on y'all like that, but again, like I said, I want to go and have facts. Okay, so when they say something, I need to go get a full, complete understanding of that something that they saying, because they say stuff and they reading from the Bible, and even if they say a verse, I could go to that verse and it could be the exact same words that's in my Bible, but then when I read around it and see what they talking about, how did they get on this topic, to how did they solve the problem, I get a whole different outlook than what they get. And I'm just trying to see how we all reading the same book. We get, excuse me, how we all reading the same book. We getting different outlooks. And I think it's because of the boastfulness of them that they getting a different outlook. They see that it say children of Israel. The children of Israel is God's chosen people, and they see how everything coexists with their lives and with their history, and then automatically assume, oh, I'm better than people. And that's ridiculous. You know what? I really do like this dude right here. He called Israelites. No, he not Israel. His name is called Israel's Lights. And let's watch it. I like him because he always just calm with it when he telling people.
I'm trying to ask you, like, what do you believe?
So let's see.
Right now, like, as your belief, right? What do you think that you have? What is your correlation with scriptures? Where do you fit in the scriptures? Being from,
well, we're grafted in.
See, when he said, "What do you fit in the scriptures?" Little do these other nations know y'all fit in the scriptures just as well as the Israelites. Y'all just don't have a promise in the Old Testament. I mean, kind of do have a promise. When you think about it.
Book of Romans, chapter. My kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites. So Paul literally was saying, bro.
So he reading Romans 9
right.
and 3.
They are Israelites, though, right? He didn't say for
It's their favorite chapter.
Read on.
I mean, it's their favorite verse.
You know what pertain means? What is pertain?
Excuse me.
No. If something pertains to you,
Excuse me.
This Bible pertains to you.
The adoption.
It's yours. It means it's for you. It's literally like for you, right? Okay, we're gonna read on. So this is what pertains to being Israel. It says the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the service of God, and the promises. So all that I just read, bro, the adoption, you just say grafted in, you're grafted in. That only pertains to Israel, right? The 10 tribes, I don't know if you know, they got casted away. Yeah. But the Most High said that He's going to reconcile them back. He's not talking about everybody, though. He's going to reconcile Israel, all right? Yeah, let me keep on going. Whose fathers and whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came. Christ only came for Israel. Who is over all, God bless forever. Amen. Let me go to 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. So just because you come from Abraham, because you come from Ishmael, you got Isaac.
Now hear him breaking this down.
Just because you come
hear him breaking this down.
Just because you come from Abraham doesn't necessarily make you like a child of the Most High. You got to come from Isaac.
20 minutes.
You know who comes from Isaac? Esau and Jacob, right? And then the blessing was given to. Who was the blessing given to? Isaac passed the blessing on to Esau or Jacob? I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna see if you know something about the scripture. To Jacob. So we can cut out Esau. So obviously you, Esau, and then anybody else.
Now let's rewind that real quick, just a little bit.
For the scriptures, the blessing was given to who? Who was the blessing given to? Isaac passed the blessing on to.
Now he stopped.
I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna see.
He stopped to explain who the blessings is going to.
To Jacob. So we can cut out Esau. So obviously you, Esau, and then anybody else.
Now I'm gonna pause that right there. Now he read from verse 3 all the way down to verse, was that 8? Now, if you continue to read, and if you ever watch my videos, you'll see that I already talked about reading the rest of that verse. Now, the reason why I go back to this all the time is because they go to this all the time. It don't matter how many different videos I watch. Each and every one of them are going to go to these same scriptures that I'm pulling out. Not only this scriptures, there's a couple other ones in Isaiah, and there's a couple other ones in Hebrews. But they don't finish reading everything. So read the rest of that, and y'all get a full understanding of God explaining to them, yeah, I gave y'all these promises that this fella just read in the book of Romans chapter 9, 3 verses 13, really. But he just read 3 up to 8 or whatever. So he telling y'all, yeah, I gave y'all these promises. And I said all of these things. But y'all need to understand. And when he wrote in chapter 14, he started explaining. Am I not fair? Certainly, I'm certainly not. You can't say that God is not fair because he is God. He is a fair God. So therefore, he goes on to explain it. I am God and I can do what I will. Like I told y'all back in the book of what book was that? Let me see. I think that was the book of Genesis. Let me see. 9. Yeah, the book of Genesis. And probably also the book of Exodus. So therefore, that's clarifying that up. But hold on. We're going to go back to the video.
For the scriptures, you're not a child of the Most High. Right. It says, that is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God. But the children of the promise shall be accounted for the seed. So to be a child of God, you gotta be of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Now, specifically for your people, you guys have...
I'm just going to point out right here that everybody keep on saying, oh, it's only through the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that you could be saved. No, it's only through it's only through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that the promise was given to. We was chosen people through Isaac, Jacob, and Abraham. We were given the laws and all of that stuff because, through them. Yeah. So therefore, because Moses is the one that got the law. So therefore, when y'all keep on saying, oh, it's not for all nations, then I'm going to always jump back to the book of Genesis, because that's the first book. And if you see in the book of Genesis 18:18, which I probably talk about a lot too, because you ain't even got to go through the whole Bible to get to the answer of that salvation is for everybody. But if you want to be technical and go through it, it's all through it. Here it is, the book of Genesis 18:18. Since Abraham shall surely become a great nation and a mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. All the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Then if we go ahead, still in the book of Genesis, I'm going to read them out. Normally I don't read them out. But I notice that people like to hear it instead of just going and read it for themselves. But Genesis 26, chapter 26, verse 4. And I will make your descendants multiply as the stars of heaven. I will give to you your descendants. I will give to your descendants all these lands, and in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. So we can't sit here and say, oh, it's just the seed of Abraham, because no, in the seed of Abraham, we see right here in the book of Genesis 26:4 that his seed, in your seed, all the nations will be blessed. Not just the nation of Israel, not just the seed of his son Isaac and Jacob. It was all the nations. So keep that in mind. Then we could go ahead into 28. This is only 2 chapters over to verse 14, 28 and 14. It says, also your descendants shall be as the dust of the earth, and you shall spread abroad to the west and the east, to the north and the south. And in you and in your seed, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. What is he talking about? Why he keep saying this? Why? If this is not the case, if all the nations ain't going to be blessed in him, why does he keep saying this? This is the Old Testament, right? That I'm reading out of. And this is Genesis. I pointed out more verses in Genesis. But it's just like, I like to go to Genesis for it because it's the first book. It's the first book. When you read a book, you read it from the beginning, right? And then even if y'all go ahead and read it from the Old Testament, from the New Testament, y'all get the same thing. One more verse in Genesis 35:11. And God also said to him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall proceed from you. The king shall come from your body. In a company of nations. So, like, y'all not making no sense. And then in that verse that I had to pause earlier for, where I was telling y'all, it was the book of Deuteronomy. Let me go to that real quick. It was actually Deuteronomy 9 and 8. Plus side on that is now I'm never going to forget where that's at. When he said in Deuteronomy chapter 9, I'm going to start at 6. But what he was saying, therefore understand that the Lord your God is giving you this land to possess, not because of your righteousness, because you stiff-necked people, but I'm giving it to you because I made this covenant with your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm sorry, let me go ahead and rewind a little bit to verse 5, where he goes on to say, it is not because of your righteousness or your uprightness of your heart that you go in to possess their land, but because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord your God drives them out. Why would God even care about them? If he ain't the God of all gods and just the God to the Israels, why would he even care enough to provoke them to get them out to take their land away? Right? Like, honestly, that's the same thing it sounds like he doing with us, provoking us to jealousy by giving light to the Gentiles. Because we ain't do nothing but sit there and continuously disobey God's commandments and laws and now everybody want to sit, not everybody, now y'all want to sit here and keep on trying to act like y'all like holier than thou, when the reality of the situation is y'all not doing nothing but continuing on being what God already said y'all was going to be. Like, it's already spoken of. People like you guys are supposed to exist in the world. But anyway, let me go ahead and press play.
Pretty much done something on this earth to the chosen people of the Most High. So you've heard of the sub-Saharan slave trade?
I have not heard of the sub-Saharan slave trade.
Never heard of it?
But we'll check it out.
So during the sub-Saharan slave trade, you guys, the so-called Arabs, right? You guys traded with the Africans. You traded us. You actually bought us, right? So what do you think is going to happen for your people actually partaking in slavery? You think there's judgment coming?
There has to be judgment for sin.
Right, there's going to be judgment for
quick question.
People in general. You guys.
Why? Why is that important for them to let other people know about their judgment? When you got a whole bunch of questions that you got to answer to, when you got a whole nation of people who are disobedient to the Most High God that chose us, His children, like y'all saying, y'all promoting that we His children, but y'all sitting out here and y'all going and y'all making it y'all business to point out that these people have to suffer. Y'all got to suffer. Y'all got questions to answer to. How about y'all go out there and promote that, what y'all got to do? Be about your business first. What is that verse? Oh, man, I hate when I don't know exactly the verse. But I'm going to go to the book of Matthew because that's what I think is at. But this particular verse talks about how you should be mindful of the things that you say to other people. I'm not going to try to quote it because I really don't know it, but I know that it's about you judging people. Hold on. Here we go. That's great. I'm so happy I found it fast. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. And I hope that this is the verse. Let's see. Judge not that you be judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged. For with the measure you use, it will be measured back to you. And why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Now I know y'all could say, oh, well, that ain't my brother. However you want to put it, brother, sister, enemy, whatever. How could you look at this person and start trying to judge them when you got all see what I'm doing? I'm pointing at this, and I got all of these fingers pointing back at me. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all heard that saying. Point one finger, got 3 fingers pointed back at you. Because that's the reality of the situation. How you sitting out here preaching this when you're not even realizing that the same book that you're preaching from is telling you that you should not do that? I'm just saying, maybe it's just me. Because what I have noticed, since I had went on those comments and started basically writing the scriptures up there and telling them that salvation is for everybody and that these Israelites are speaking blasphemy, I've been having a lot of people comment on them, and all they're saying is these same exact verses that these people was pointing out, and never addressing the fact that salvation is for everybody, never addressing these scriptures and verses that I don't put up there from Genesis to Isaiah to Jeremiah to John to Matthew to Leviticus to Luke to Psalms to Deuteronomy. I done put verses up there for days, and instead of them addressing those verses and giving me the breakdown of those verses, they try to contradict my verse by telling me to go read something like Romans chapter 9 verses 3, or trying to tell me to go back and read where judgment, whatever they pointed out. Now I love Romans. That's why I always be speaking on Romans, because that's my favorite chapter, my favorite book for them anyway, just specifically for them. Let me go ahead and push play.
You guys have done a lot of, I'm talking about a lot of slavery. Let me educate this. This is the book of Joel.
Yeah, there's a lot of slavery in the Bible.
Right. But there's actually judgment. So I'm going to show you.
There's a lot of slavery in the world.
But I don't think it's slavery as we know it. Probably was different.
Let me show you this.
Probably wasn't.
Tell me what you think about this, right? This is going to be the book of Joel.
But now anybody that proclaims that Jesus Christ is Lord, that believes in death, burial, and resurrection, is counted as a child.
But do you believe in
prophecy? But you have to be born again.
I know what you're saying, but do you believe in the prophecies?
Yes.
So
Revelation, Daniel.
Like the book of Joel, you believe that Joel has prophecy within it?
Of course.
So I want to show you this. This is something that has not happened, right? It says, for behold, in those days and at that time, I shall bring again.
He didn't say where he reading from.
Judah and Jerusalem. So the Judites today will be the so-called African Americans. Today we would be calling us African Americans, but we're really the Jews. You're looking at the real Jews right now. The Jewish person in Israel, you think that's the Jew?
You're American now.
But
There's no such thing.
I was turned to an American, right? Through colonization, through slavery. But my true roots.
I think he read in Joel, chapter 3.
My true roots stand back to Israel, from the tribe of Judah. The Black, Hispanic, and Native American man that's been taken across the world and shipped all over by everybody.
Yeah.
We are actually the Israelites. So he said he's gonna take us out of this land and put us back where we belong. He's gonna get that so-called Jewish man up out that thing, because he's not the real Jewish man. Okay? It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for a drink of wine that they may drink. And that happened to us. We got sold on auction blocks, right?
So it's good that we know who we are.
For harlots, we got sold for wine, we got sold for all different type of commodities, right?
Right, go ahead.
Verse 4. Yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Those are Africans, right? And all the coast of Palestine. So the Palestinians, right? Yeah. He's literally just saying,
what about Palestinian, Jordan? Yeah.
You're Palestinian?
Not really.
Well, this
Palestinian.
Yeah.
Well, this right here is going to pertain to really you two, because really you're a part of the Ishmaelites. This is concerning Ishmael, right? So
you know where Ishmael came from? You know who's his mom?
Ishmael?
Hagar.
He's Egyptian, yes, we know.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with Jordanian?
What do you mean?
What does that have to do with Jordan?
What does that have to do with anything? I don't know what do you mean?
I hate when people ask dumb questions.
I'm trying to show you what's finna
I don't feel the love of God coming off you.
I'm gonna get to it.
You heard what that man said? I don't feel the love of God coming off you. And they feel like, because they say that the book is for them, for only the children of Israel, that they not preaching. They supposed to only preach love to the African Americans, Hispanic, and whatever, Native American. But people with common sense, they read the whole book and they get an understanding of things. And then next thing you know, they get put in a category of, you're a Christian, or you this. No, I am a human being that understands pure black and white. Like, seriously. It don't matter what book I read pertaining to, like, the King James Version of the Bible. I'm not going to say whatever, because I only read 2, which was the 1611 version, and this book that I got, which is just the regular King James Version. And I'm getting the same thing. And even listening to them read, I'm like, y'all, whatever, go ahead.
Hey,
don't call me man. My name's AJ.
Hey, hold up, bro. You don't run things.
Don't call me bro. Don't tell me.
I'm gonna call you what I want you to call you.
Okay,
you
take that.
Hold up. No, you going to slavery.
Take it. Come on.
You going to slavery because you come up here disrespectful.
Okay.
What makes you think you can come up here disrespectful like that?
I do you feel like because he's disrespectful that you can tell me going into slavery?
Because you're not finna do anything. Yeah, what have you to do with me, Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? So you're a Palestinian, man. Alright? You are an Arab. We're gonna show you what's going to happen to your people.
And then they continuously talk to people, even though they're not even in them.
Swiftly and speedily will I return the recompense upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and gold, and have carried them into your temples, my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that you might remove them far from your border. So you took us from West Africa, and then you sold us to the so-called white man. So the Lord literally just said that there's actually judgment coming out for you. Alright, Arab? You know, that's what the Most High literally just said. So, hey.
How could you get a message through to somebody when you're preaching like that? This man, he obviously felt offended. He walked off, and you still continuously preaching and yelling out false shit that you shouldn't even be saying. Alright, without full, proper understanding and discernment. Obviously, y'all don't have that. Let's see what else happens with this. So far, I'm losing interest because stupidity takes my interest away.
And then we're going to keep reading too. Behold, I will raise them up out of the place where you have sold them.
Of course, he want to finish reading now. Now he done read from chapter 3. You on verse 7. Why they don't read all of the stuff that they need to read when it's coming up to them being proven wrong?
Their sons and their daughters are going to be sold to us, right? So you can't be a dude coming up here acting like that either way, because who you
acting like what? He want to understand what you're saying.
Preaching the word, and you're gonna come up here and try to hasten it. Like, man, you can get out of here, Ishmael, damn heathen. Hey, these heathen can't run nothing up here, man.
And now you calling him a heathen. Why?
All the other nations going to slavery.
Why? Because your discernment is fucked up?
We come out to
pretty much.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans,
excuse my French.
Right?
Because your discernment is messed up?
We're out here for the Most High's chosen people, right? The Israelites. That's who we come out to preach the word of the Most High.
So why?
Let's get this in the book.
That's another thing. Y'all say, oh, I didn't come to preach this to you. But y'all sit here and take out all of this time to sit here and insult other people instead of not wasting your time with them. If I'm not going to waste my time with somebody, I ain't going to waste my time with somebody. Like I said, I'm getting bored with him. I'm about to turn him off. But now he just said something that caught my attention, so boom. Reality of the situation is, like, y'all are... y'all it seems like to me that y'all okay and comfortable with that whole title of hate group, and like y'all boastful in it. Y'all happy about it. Y'all don't care. Y'all want to point out those scriptures that say, oh, y'all gonna go into slavery and this, that, and the third. For what? What is it doing for them? What is it doing for the black man that y'all telling these white people that they gonna go into slavery, but pissing them more off? Just like they already got all of these things, that they got all of this animosity and anger towards us, and now you're sitting out there telling them that you're going to have to be my slave and this, that, and the third. Think about that. Just think about it. This person attacking me all the time. Here, I'm going to do something to provoke that person to attack me even more. And when I say me, I mean the nation, the whole entire group. Because when you look at one black man in America, or so-called black man or woman in America, and they do anything of ignorance, it don't matter. You can have 30 black people doing good, and then that one black person start doing ignorant stuff, and next thing you know, all of us is ignorant. So, for hence, if I say I'm an Israelite, first thing people think is, oh, she one of those people like this, or camp you from. No, not from none of that. According to the scriptures, I'm an Israelite. Period. By flesh. That's it. I'm not no Israelite because I'm out here doing what they doing. I'm trying to show them what they doing is wrong so they can go ahead and do all of this big platform, and you want to go teach hate. Well, I got Satan is busy, ain't he? Let's see.
Ezekiel. Right? Ezekiel chapter 3 and 11. And go get thee to them of the captivity, to the children of thy people, speak unto them and tell them, thus saith the Lord, whether they will hear or whether they will forbid.
I normally like him, but
man, we showing our people
today he annoying me.
Look forward to. And also the heathen, man. Alright, because if you come up here, we're gonna show you.
This guy asked me, what's the heathen?
Exactly.
Let me see if they're gonna stop.
From the Most High when he comes back to send his son. Because his son is a so-called black man.
And his brother is in
right?
This is again, this is Israel's lights. 2 separate words. And it say Ru Ishmaelite gets mad because the scriptures are not for him. This brother is standing in the middle of some downtown area where you don't see nothing but the pink skinned people. Pink skin everywhere. So if you out there for the so-called black man with brown skin like me, why are you in that neighborhood? Wherever you at. And you're not talking about salvation being for the black man right now. You just talking stupid just to get attention.
You don't want to hear about the day of the Lord, man. Alright? The day of the Lord, what is it to you? You know? This is the book of Jeremiah.
Now he going to the book of Jeremiah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 25 and 30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord shall roar on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation.
I'm turning him off.
He shall might.
Turning him off, and I'm about to actually end my video because I got things to do. But anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, put them down below in the comment section, and I will be back another day with some more breakdown of the Hebrew Israelites and their teachings. I have not studied up on Sinetta yet. I will be checking out for his channel this weekend to see if I can ask him when am I going to get the answer to my question, as well as I will be under all of the Hebrew Israelites page that I view, giving the true word of God and debunking them and letting them know what the scriptures say fully, unedited. But alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Put your comments in the comment section below. Bye.